Alright, hey, what is up guys? How are you all doing? So I bet a lot of you are wondering, why is there a Kung Fu Panda video here? I thought that this was a Star Wars slash Naruto channel. Well, yes, it is, but there is a video I made just a little while ago explaining that I was going to be opening up my channel to other franchises and genres, so I have more flexibility and freedom to do other things. Link in the description to that video. But to put it simply, I'm going to make whatever I feel like making. Besides, who here can say they've never heard of this movie? Kung Fu Panda is one of the best animated films ever, at least in my opinion, and is definitely DreamWorks' greatest animated trilogy of all time. I'd probably make a whole video on just going over all the great things about just the first movie, but there are already videos out there that do this just fine. What there isn't out there yet is a How Powerful is Tai Lung video. So, why should we care about some dumb villain that was killed in the first movie and never showed up again? Well, that's why I'm here. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to be going over every major scene we see him in, which is like 3.5. But seriously guys, this guy is nuts. Not only is he my favorite Kung Fu Panda villain of all time, but he's also, without a doubt, the strongest and most overpowered villain DreamWorks has ever created. Now, from just watching the movie, you get a clear sense of his power and dominance over everyone. He wins pretty much every fight we see him in, and the one time we see him lose is under some very unfair circumstances. I'll talk more about this later. So his general feats include breaking out of a prison specifically designed to keep him in, and he's like the only prisoner. All the guards you see, all the defenses, all the weapons are just for this one guy, and he's been trapped in here for 20 plus years. Now, Shifu says that Tai Lung, after he defeats the Furious Five, that he's gotten a lot stronger, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because as far as we know, he's been trapped in a hole for 20 years, completely immobilized, with no human, animal interaction for 20 straight years, which implies either that 1, he's gotten stronger just from simply breaking out of prison and fighting the Furious Five, or 2, he somehow got stronger just from living, or both of these. Which makes you wonder, what if he hadn't been completely immobilized, and had instead been training the whole 20 years? Just imagine how much more powerful this guy could have become. Oh. Okay, so yeah, this guy is basically DreamWorks' version of Anakin Skywalker. He's got limitless potential. But back to the analogy. So the next feat we see after this is when he fights the 5. Monkey, Viper, Mantis, Crane, and Tigress. Okay. So the 5 go to face Tai Lung alone. They come to this rope bridge and now appears Tai Lung. They try to cut it before he gets across, but too late. Then the headstrong Tigress jumps in first, exchanges blow with Tai Lung, her smaller stature and quick movements and boldness catching him by surprise. But he recovers and defeats her with ease, and only until they use the power of teamwork and combination moves are they able to defeat him. But of course he uses super jump and attacks them from behind with his instant win nerve attacks, and completely destroys them. In fact, I believe he was just playing with them the entire time. He wasn't even really taking them seriously. In fact, the only reason we still have a Furious Five is that they're not dead already is because...
So you could come back here and strike fear into our hearts, but it won't work.
Okay, next feat. So this one is my favorite scene from the entire movie. There's just so much emotion and build up to this moment. Master and pupil, Shifu facing down his evil adopted son, his biggest mistake, his failure. It's almost too great of a moment as it kind of overshadows Po's fight with Tai Lung. Which brings us to the last and final scene, Po versus Tai Lung. The Dragon Warriors' epic showdown is something you would think to be epic and concluding. And it is, but not in the way you would think. It completely changes the mood of the movie. It completely changes the mood we just got from the previous fight. It goes from this to this. But I guess at the end of the day, we must realize that this is just a kids movie, and after all, and it can't all be epic showdowns and crazy fight scenes. But whatever. Alright, so even from this just a general outlook on Tai Lung as a character, you can already tell that this guy is an absolute beast, figuratively and literally. But now let us take a closer look. So the main thing I want to look at is this scene right here. And 3 other small parts, but mainly this. So in the scene we see Tai Lung bouncing off of huge falling boulders. He does this with relative ease and is able to outrace gravity. He reaches the top of the cave ceiling and grabs the last unexploded bomb and hurls it at the remaining guards, killing all of them and blasting the entranceway clear. This feat right here is much more impressive than it might seem at first. Jumping off an object while falling in midair is impossible for an ordinary human. I mean, sure, you can still do it, but gaining an additional height or even just maintaining your current height after any large kind of fall is impossible. The reason for this is because, simply put, any force you put downwards to gain or maintain your height in a jump would have to be equal to or greater than the force pulling you down. Gravity accelerates any given object downwards at 9.8 meters per second. Basically, this means that in 1 second, any object's downward velocity will increase by 9.81 meters. To find out something's speed after a certain amount of time, you multiply the acceleration of gravity by the time since it was dropped, blah blah blah. Once you have the speed, just multiply it by your weight to get the amount of force of the fall. But Tai Lung is, of course, no regular guy. He's a super kung fu snow leopard prodigy, and we see him leap from one rock to another and gain altitude with relative ease. So to figure out how much force is needed to leap from one rock to another, I first had to find the speed and the distance in every jump we see him make, and then average it out on how much each jump is in total. This was a simple task of copying and pasting Tai Lung's estimated 4 feet height, measuring out each jump and the amount of time in between each jump, and then converting it to an estimated speed of 78 feet per second, or 53.6 miles per hour, for each jump. Now that we got that done, we move on to how fast all the boulders are falling, which is just a bit difficult to find out. And by that I mean near to impossible. So again, I have to average out the speed to about 181.485 feet per second, or 406 miles per hour. Then we add the 53.6 miles per hour to the 406 miles per hour, and come out with a speed of 459.6 miles per hour. Next, we need Tai Lung's weight, which the average weight for an adult male snow leopard is 72 pounds. Then, after factoring all of this in, we come to an estimated force of for each of Tai Lung's jumps to be, drumroll please, 684.233 kilograms of force, or 1,508.48 pounds of force. To put this into perspective, 1,508.48 pounds of force is equivalent to 4.8 gigatons of oil. Well, actually, it's 4.884934218733, but I think 4.8 sounds much better, don't you? So if all of this is still not sounding all that impressive to you, then think of it this way. Every single jump that you see Tai Lung make is a 4.8 ton explosive in force. And this is just each of the jumps average. Some of the leaps are definitely more powerful, so this could be considered more of a low ball than anything. Now I guess we'll just do the three other small things I wanted to look at, and then we'll wrap this video up. The first is here when he catches his hands, or paws I suppose, on fire, and uses it to get the upper hand on Shifu. Now doing this without burning his fist off is actually a lot more impressive than it might seem at first. You see these pure blue flames right here? Fire usually doesn't turn blue unless it reaches up to 3,000 degrees. And the fire has no effect on Tai Lung's hands, paws. It doesn't even singe his fur. He even seems to be able to control/direct the flames, because I mean, if you just got some gloves and lit them on fire and started punching things with them, the flames would go out almost instantly. He can even direct them to one of the coolest looking kung fu finishing moves ever. The second thing is his nerve attacks. Pretty self-explanatory. He can incapacitate an enemy by attacking their nerves with precise attacks and strikes. Now it does appear that his attacks are chi-based in some way, as he was able to completely paralyze Monkey with just a single strike. And Shifu says that he could have killed any one of them with just this attack, if he had wanted to. And now for the last thing before we wrap this video up, is this simple speed feat right here.
This. Ha-ha! You want it? Come get it.
Which comes out to about just 464.3 miles per hour punch. Alright then, that's gonna wrap this video up for today. Hope you, wait, what did I just say? 464.3 miles per hour. That's faster than the other number. The one I spent hours trying to find out. Which means that I could have found his max strength in just this one simple punch. Oh. Oh no. No, please, please, no! No, 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 no! No! Okay, let's just calm down here. It's fine. You're telling me that all the trouble I went through, all the hours I spent calculating, poring over gravity, numbers, speed, and other junk, and it's all wrong? And it's his real and most impressive feat shown was really just a stupid, random punch he threw at Po? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for this inconvenience and completely wasting all whole 7 minutes of your life. When I could have just said that his real feat, his 72 pounds times 463 miles per hour equals 1,523.90 pounds of force, or 691.230 kilograms of force, or 4.9 gigatons of oil. Oh. That's not actually that big of a difference, is it? Thanks for watching the video. See you next time. Sith Art Master, out.